Yeah.
So yeah.
I think there are like a lot of moments in the movie that like as you're happy, like as you're watching it, you're just like, oh, this is so fun and like I'm having a blast. And then you look back and you're like, to have those two moms just like conspiring together to like have their kids be together, which is like a very common trope for romantic comedies, but like to have it be for queer people was just like I was like, oh, that's incredible. And so I think there really is something special of just like how chill, for lack of a better word, everyone in the movie is. Like there's no, like you said, there's no big moment where someone's like, oh, Sam's pronouns are this, or like this is how Becca identifies. It's just all very, this is how it is. Come along
Mhm.
for the ride. It's very cool.
Good. I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the greatest. I mean, that's a huge positive to the film. You
Yeah.
know, the characters just exist, just
Yeah.
like anybody else wants to.
How do you feel about people who see romantic comedies as like a lesser genre, especially coming from like a community who has not gotten like our due of romantic comedies?
I mean, I'd equate it to people talking, talking pop music down.
Hmm.
Um, we're in some really dark times sometimes, depending upon how you look at it and what you pay attention to. Um, and we need lightness. We need hope. Human being human, like you have to have hope.
Hmm.
It's a hard road out there for a lot of folks, especially queer folks. Um, and I mean, lesser, like I those people are clearly not hopeless romantics, and I'm not going to date them. Like I
Yeah.
think that rom-coms are kind of essential. I was raised, on the 90s rom-coms. I can't choose between You've Got Mail and Notting Hill.
Hmm.
I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her. Like, as a kid, I was like, I'm there. I'm so there.
Yeah.
But I was definitely not Julia Roberts.
Hmm.
Um, so no, I think that rom-coms are an essential part of cinema. They always have been. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been. I mean, Shakespeare. Come on,
Yeah.
that's how far rom-coms go. So if you're gonna talk crap about rom-coms, come on, me and Willie Shake's gonna step up to that. So
Do you have a favorite rom-com trope? I guess I have to ask now.
I like it when the woman has the control.
Hmm.
Um, and I say that it's gendered because
Yeah.
that's the reference of the time. Um, like Notting Hill.
Hmm.
Um, I because I love You've Got Mail, but if you really look at it, that's
Yeah.
really not cool. Like
No.
the amount of dishonesty, like and
Yeah,
then
Sleepless in Seattle is my favorite, but like the
okay,
second that you put a thought of like anything into Sleepless in Seattle, you're like, oh, she's
oh
she could have gotten murdered.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Or like something that Love Actually is such a
Mm.
favorite, but not for me. Like that's not. Oh,
I think I've
ah,
seen it once. I didn't revisit it.
I'm a big Keira Knightley fan. I have been for
Hmm.
since I was a baby queer.
Hmm.
But like that just it's the women have no control in that film. So Notting Hill is kind of cool in that way to me. I watched it like 3 days ago.
Fresh
Um,
on the brain.
yeah, I can't help it. I can't help it. It's so cute. Uh, so I think that's really my preference. Oh, one of my other favorite ones is my favorite holiday rom-com
Hmm.
is Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, I don't think I've ever made it all the way through that movie. I should revisit it.
Oh,
I know. I'll
it's
revisit it. I'll go back
it's
to it.
okay. I mean, it's Ryan Reynolds on steroids, like
Yeah.
it's there. But it's him just like, like vying for the attention of this person that he realizes he's been in love with his whole life.
Hmm.
Um, so I guess it's the anti trope, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my last question for you, what is your favorite holiday tradition? Because we're coming up on the holidays. You've got a holiday film. What's your favorite holiday tradition?
Maybe picking out a Christmas tree.
Oh, so you go like you don't have I've had artificial my whole life.
I know I have so like I think it's because my mom like finally made the jump 1 year to artificial.
Uh-huh.
And my one of my previous significant others does not like Christmas. And
Oh.
her thing was, if I let you put a Christmas tree in the house, it has to be real. I'm
Oh
not gonna,
no.
like, one, I don't want to like put it up and take it down and put it in storage. And also, like, I admittedly like the smell. And I was like, okay, all right, we're cool. We're cool.
Mhm.
We can do this. Let's go pick it out. She's like, you're buying it. I was like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. You're letting me have a Christmas tree, whatever the qualifiers, I got it. Yeah, and I think maybe because that was a thing, that was like the one thing my dad liked to do when
Mhm.
about Christmas when I was a kid. And he's since passed away. So putting up the lights was my dad's thing.
Mhm.
And there's something, I don't know, and there's like a whole scene in Mary and Gay about putting up the Christmas tree. And it's a big moment, you know, between Becca and Sam and their families. And I think that that kind of energy is always kind of there. Yeah, and just there are a couple like dishes that my father's mother used to make on Christmas Eve, and so I'll do those some
Oh, that's
years.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, but
lovely.
yeah, the tree's a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe one time in my life I will get a real tree, but for now I will stick to my I just the fire hazard stresses me out. So
Totally fair, totally
yeah.
fair. I feel awful about the environmental impacts of it. So, sustainable
I
Christmas tree
mean,
farming.
it's not like plastic is much better.
Fair. What are we gonna do, man?
Someone needs to make an eco-friendly, which one day I'm sure somebody's
Okay,
got it.
we're Googling it after we get off this. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you. Have a great rest of your afternoon, and congrats on the movie.
Thank you so much, Tina. It was a pleasure.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, bye bye.